Hi, my name's Leah and welcome to Leah Loves Science, where I answer niche but necessary science questions. Today I wanted to talk about how the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine that got approved for emergency use in the UK actually works. And I know that's a question a lot of you probably have, and there's a lot of fake news out there, and to be honest, it's starting to get hard to distinguish between fact and fiction. I've already done a video on this particular vaccine, specifically how it got approved so quickly. So if you're interested in that, I will link it here somewhere. And I'll also put it in the description below for you to check out after this video. Ordinarily, I wouldn't be doing videos on COVID-19 or vaccines at all. It's not my area of expertise. I am a physicist / fusion engineer, but I wanted to help out if I could, so I got back in touch with Dr. Georgia Perona-Wright from the Centre of Immunobiology at the University of Glasgow and asked if she had time to check another video, and luckily she did. So how do vaccines work? Vaccines work by tricking your immune system into thinking a virus has entered your body. Your immune system builds an immune response to fight off this imaginary virus. So if the virus then turns up for real, your body already knows what to do to get rid of it, and it never gets a chance to make you really sick. Traditional vaccines, most vaccines you will probably have had, work by using a harmless piece of the actual virus. So it will be a weak virus or a dead virus or just a bit of the virus. And this is enough for your immune system to build an immune response to that particular virus. The Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine is actually much cooler. It's an mRNA vaccine. So it works by containing a list of instructions on how to make a harmless piece of SARS-CoV-2, which is the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. In particular, how to make a protein spike, which I know I said harmless and then the word spike, but it genuinely is harmless. It's those little pointy spikes you see on the outside. And when a cell receives this set of instructions, it knows to make one of these little spikes. And then it destroys the instructions. So when your immune system shows up and sees a cell with a little spike on it, it knows the spike shouldn't be there, and it builds an immune response against that particular protein. So when something with that protein shows up again, for example, SARS-CoV-2, your immune system is ready, and it starts creating antibodies that stick to the outside of these spikes and basically stop them from working. So the coronaviruses can no longer enter your cells, and it's inside your cells that they replicate and make more, and that's what makes you really sick at the end of the day. So instead, it just sticks all these antibodies to all these spikes, and the virus can't do anything. It just sort of floats around until another bit of your immune system gets rid of it. mRNA vaccines have been studied for decades as an alternative to traditional vaccines. Traditional vaccines work totally fine, but they take a long time to develop and a lot of specialist equipment, and it kind of needs to be started from scratch each time. mRNA vaccines are much easier for vaccine research labs to make. They take less time, they're cheaper. So for a pandemic situation like this, mRNA vaccines are the perfect choice compared to a traditional vaccine. They're also currently used as a personalized cancer treatment because this technology is awesome and it's got so much potential. And that's how this vaccine works. It's been rigorously tested. See my previous video for details. It doesn't alter your DNA. It's just got something in it that sounds like DNA. RNA is not DNA. And it does not contain a microchip. And by the way, a syringe big enough to contain a microchip would be massive. Like, you would know if they came at you trying to inject a microchip. So how can we spot fake news about COVID-19 and vaccines before it gets to the stage where people don't know what's real anymore? Well, first of all, keep an eye out for scary sounding headlines. They are always used to sell a boring story, and they rely on you sharing that scary headline without ever clicking the article. Keep an eye out for where it's come from. Is it a political website that's got a particular agenda, or is it the NHS, which is a trusted public body? Is it a opinion piece written by someone who doesn't know what they're talking about? Or is it the research paper that the researchers actually wrote and submitted? Also keep an eye out for tabloids. I'm not naming any names, but I think we all know the tabloids that I'm talking about. They have a horrible history of writing horrible articles designed to outrage people, so you'll click on them and share them, and horrible messages will start going around. It makes them a lot of money. Keep an eye out for YouTubers as well. Anyone can make a video on YouTube. It doesn't have to be fact-checked by an expert like this one was. That you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer or an expert in any particular area. If you see any wild theories coming from YouTube, just know that if you click or share that video, that person is gonna potentially make money from it or get more views. So just keep an eye out for things like that. If you go through these checks before sharing anything, it's a great way to stop misinformation spreading. People rely on you sharing without thinking to share these terrible rumours. Thanks again to Dr. Perona Wright for all of her help. I have linked her Twitter and her website below, as well as a video to vaccines and immunity by the University of Glasgow, which is extremely useful and informative. If you enjoyed this video, please click like below and subscribe to the channel via the orb. If you have science questions that you want answering, head over to the Leah Loves Science Facebook and Instagram pages, or leave them in the comments below and we'll check them out. And if you want to see more videos like this, we have the Who Likes Science Short Shorts playlist right here. Bye!